Davis, happy to be with you. And, Charles, we've got two teams who know each other extremely well. These division games, they tend to be battles.
People scout like crazy in this league, but no one scouts more than within the division. Because if you win your division, you're automatically in the playoffs. That puts extra emphasis on these games, and they can't wait to get at each other.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. The return man here, Dwayne Harris. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
I spent plenty of time this offseason listening to people debate about whether Derek Carr is actually a top 10 quarterback in the NFL or whether he's more a middle-of-the-pack guy. If he's a top 10 quarterback in the league, then you're thinking playoffs for your team.
First carry now for Marshawn Lynch. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. A look now at the Oakland offense.
One of the things I like to do when I'm scouting players is talk to those who knew him before. And I ended up finding out that Amari Cooper has been like a professional route runner since the time he was 6 or 7 years old, has always taken the game seriously, has always worked on his craft, and you see evidence of that each and every week on an NFL field. Couple that with his athletic ability, that's one big reason he's finding himself open in the NFL.
On second down, Lynch. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
No surprise watching Marshawn Lynch scatter bodies as he runs, but I remember doing games of his at Cal, and I remember the moves, the jump cuts, the elusiveness, as well as the strength.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll run it. Here's Lynch. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. First down, the run with Lynch. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. The starters on defense here for Los Angeles.
Coming up with 2 straight Pro Bowls is Casey Hayward, who entered the league, and many saw him as strictly a nickel cornerback, but he can do everything. Play inside, play outside. 7 interceptions he had, led the league in 2016, added 4 more in 2017, with 22 passes broken up, which led the AFC.
On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Corey Liggett makes the stop.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. Now Carr going left on the option. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Time to focus in on Phillip Rivers as he brings out the Chargers offense. And looking back to week 4, Rivers passed John Elway to move into 8th place all-time in passing yards. And the two guys ahead of him now in 6th and 7th, both active, both from his draft class, Charles. Eli Manning and Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah, so when you start about draft classes with quarterbacks, obviously 1983 comes up big. I mean, it's got its own show, all right? People talk about it all the time. Elway, of course, was part of that. But this class of 2004, that's Eli Manning, Ben Roethlisberger, and, of course, Phillip Rivers, give them a pretty good run for their money, aren't they?
Yeah, quite a few wins, quite a few Super Bowls in that crew. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Reggie Nelson. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. The intended receiver there, Allen.
You've got to know as a quarterback that's going to be tough to outthink this guy in the defensive backfield. He's been at it 11 years now, so he knows all the ins and outs of the position. And he's in the right spot there to come up with the interception.
Oakland takes the field again, and that week 4 that they had was, I don't know, you guess you call it a relief win because they were 0-3. Looked like they might drop to 0-4 against the Browns. For John Gruden, it had been over 6,100 days since his last victory. Now, obviously, he had stepped away from the game, but that had to feel good for him.
Had to feel good for him, had to feel good for his team, good for the Raiders nation, the franchise, you name it. Everyone had to feel a little bit of sense of relief. And his quarterback, Derek Carr, for the most part this season, has played awfully well. How about this past game? 437 yards, 4 touchdowns, threw it 58 times in the win over the Browns.
They'll run to Marshawn Lynch. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Now on first down. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Get down, get down.
Throwing again. Carr. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he's got this down to the 35. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On first down, Carr. Cook able to escape, and it's hauled in by Jared Cook. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Lynch running the counter. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Denzel Perryman there to bring him down. They were in the 4-3. Mike linebacker made a great tackle.
And when that happens, generally it means that the guys up front, the 4 down defensive linemen, have absorbed all the blockers and allowed him to run free to the football. He ends up with a textbook tackle.
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. And he finds Cook. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. A Raiders first down. Carr hooking up with Cook.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open. He finds a way to pick up a first down.
Here we go. Get down, get down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. And he's going to be hit and driven into the turf. Melvin Ingram in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Working from the gun, it's Carr. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. On now is the field goal team. Here's the Raiders. Will try for 3. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here's Desmond King on the return. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And the Chargers coming out of the field now. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 27. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
On 1st and 10, Rivers. And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well, and that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Rivers now. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. With that, let's check out how the Chargers line up on offense.
Taking a peek in the backfield at Melvin Gordon, who finished 3 yards short of 1,000 in 2016. Made sure that wouldn't happen in 2017. Rushed for over 1,100 yards, 12 total touchdowns. What I've always liked about him is how he keeps adding to his game. He did it in college, continues to do it in the NFL. We'll continue to see him blossom.
Set, 380.
3rd and long for Rivers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. So on 4th down, here's the veteran left-footed punter Donnie Jones to kick it away. This is Harris. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
They start the drive with Lynch. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Bart, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Carr to throw after the play fake to Lynch. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. A good pickup there, a 22.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play caller, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy is disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a second guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays.
Back to the ground, this time Lynch. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Two running plays go backwards. So what's the call on 3rd and 13 now? From the gun, it's Carr. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. And his kick is good. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the 1st. So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2, got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim. And hopefully he'll be kicking extra points instead.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 27. A first down throw here for Rivers. And this one complete to Virgil Green. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 24 yards.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And before they can get settled in here, time expires on the first quarter of action. 6-0 is our score. We'll come back to Southern California after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Chargers here with a football, and they've got it here with a first down. Rivers now to throw on first down. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Working out of the gun, Rivers. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. They'll throw again, Rivers. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, I've got to give him some credit there. He tried to sell the out route, tried to sell it hard. And as a receiver, what you're really trying to do is maneuver a defender inside to give yourself a little more cushion breaking to the out. But how about the defender reading it really well, not buying the fake or the maneuver inside, and getting to the sideline and helping break up the pass?
Here's Donnie Jones now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. So out come the Raiders. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 18.
Get down!
They'll start on the ground with Lynch. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And Cook has it left side. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
We always hear from coaches how much they like to run crossing routes because they want to hit their receivers on the go, get them the ball, and keep them moving. How about when you hit a tight end that way? Okay, the receivers are going to run past you most of the time. The tight end, they can do their damage a different way, break a few tackles, and really scatter some people, can't they?
Now Carr on the bootleg. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. The Raiders on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Get down!
Now Carr going left on the option. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Phillip Rivers now gears up to lead the offense on the field. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Set 180.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They go back to Gordon here on 1st down. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough 3rd down.
Well, so much for all the time that you spend in practice, because for offensive linemen and running backs to get in sync, that requires a ton of practice time, a ton of watching tape together, a ton of really getting to where you're thinking with one mind on every single play that's called, every single run, because you want to know how your guys are going to block it, They want to know how he's going to run it, what kind of cuts he's going to make, and it's really anticipatory. And when you're really locked in together, you know what he's going to do before he actually does it. On this play, that didn't happen at all, and that turned into a big loss.
Throw right side, caught by Davis. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday, 5th grade. Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations. So he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay.
Not so bad. Not so bad at all. Remember, he's the son of a coach. And on that play, I think he made the old coach proud with that completion.
Now Gordon on first down. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Someone moved, flag is out. That's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
Still 2nd down.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Ready. 390.
Off the play fake here. Rivers. Across the formation. He's got a man. That's Allen. And they will finally catch him, but not before he gets it to the 11. Rivers to Allen on the hook up there. 41 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. First down, Rivers. His throw incomplete. He was looking for Travis Benjamin that time. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Back to the ground now with Gordon. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
The Chargers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Set. Run 80.
From the gun, Rivers. And that is incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. And Sturgis able to knock it through. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So if you like field goals, you've come to the right spot. We've had 3 so far.
Well, this is a football game, right?
It is.
How you like that one, huh? You like where I went with that? How about that one?
I like it.
Okay, but hey, let's face it. In this game right now, both defenses have responded well, They're trying to hold the line on this. You just wonder if anyone can break through with a touchdown and put some pressure on their opposition.
Now it's Sturgis converted on the field goal. Now he'll send this one away on the kickoff. Here's Harris to return it. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And we turn our focus to Doug Martin. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. The 10th carry of the game for Marshawn Lynch. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Moving backwards on 1st down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mind?
It changes your play call, definitely, because as a play caller, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in.
12. Carr gives to Marshawn. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Carr. And this is going to be incomplete. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on to punt for Oakland. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. The Charger offense making their way back out there. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. 9 good yards there on the run, and now 3rd down.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Here's Rivers. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. He loses 5 full yards to bring up 4th.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a third down stop by them.
Here's Donnie Jones now as he's on to punt for L.A. And he's able to get it out of there. Harris now to return. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. Marshawn Lynch and the Raider offense heading back out there. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Now a play fake here on first down. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Joey Bosa. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Such a highly touted product out of Ohio State. Bosa has not disappointed in the NFL.
Not even close. Rookie of the year, his first season. 12.5 sacks and a Pro Bowl his second season. What's next for this guy? I say the sky's the limit, and you know how much he loves pass rushing. Even swaps moves with the opposition post-game, always trying to get better.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. On play action, it's Carr. He's going to air one out. That's caught inside the 20. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, you start to get those guys creeping up, wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a changeup in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the changeup, and on that play, it worked for big yardage.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Carr to throw on second down. Incomplete. A third field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's first and goal.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Southern California after this. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime report.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Shotgun now for Carr. And that's incomplete.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. From the gun, Carr, and he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Lee Smith from 3 yards out, and the Raiders add 6 to their lead.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
The point after is good, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends with an Oakland touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. To return it now, here's King. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So out come the Chargers. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Rivers on 1st down. He's going to float this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. A big play there for L.A. 55 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Set! Right front, 80! Behind! Behind!
From the red zone now, Rivers. And this is complete. It's Allen. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. as he'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. This is Gordon on the dump off. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. As the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. To the air again here, Rivers. And almost intercepted. Would have been a huge pick in the end zone, but as it stands, that brings up 4th.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Sturgis able to knock it through. And they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Now it's Sturgis converted on the field goal. Now he'll send this one away on the kickoff. Here's Harris to return it. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Derek Carr getting ready to go again on offense. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Carr now on 1st down. Finding some room at midfield. And this is Cook with a grab. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And welcome back. The offensive unit, they took the timeout. And now they get set to line up as we resume action. Carr now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. Carr gives to Lynch on the draw. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. On 2nd down, here's Carr. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This game's had a little bit of everything thus far, and certainly plenty to look forward to, as the teams are right back out there for the second half. So we'll get right back out there as well, as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Gordon.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. To return it now, here's King. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. On 1st and 10, Rivers. It's complete right side to Benjamin. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Set. 390.
The first down throw here for Rivers. Going underneath for Gordon. And after the nice stiff arm, the next wave swarms in quickly for the stop. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll be a second down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon, and he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun. Rivers. Throw left side complete. It's Gordon. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 38.
Set. Guys, set. 380. Set.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they've bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now a 2nd down throw for Rivers. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Rivers with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. And they'll go on the ground. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And they'll run it here. He will push his way down to about the 14. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves him needing about 7 here on 3rd down.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. On 3rd down, Rivers. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the left hash, this from 37. And Sturgis able to knock it through, and that'll bring him back within 4. So it's a 3rd field goal for him now. He's accounted for all 9 points. I look down to the sideline, though. You can just tell they weren't too happy for 3. They wanted 6.
So they have to have 6. Look, he's keeping them afloat, but they really need to do exactly what you talked about. They need to get into the end zone and score some touchdowns. Otherwise, he's going to have to kick a lot more field goals than just the 3 he's already put through the posts.
Now it's Sturgis converted on the field goal. Now he'll send this one away on the kickoff. Here's Harris to return it. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there at 22. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school.
Get down! 180!
They go play action here on 1st down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And Charles, this infraction is going to be against the offense. False start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
Still 2nd down.
Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Carr. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gassed,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers out 1st and 10 at their own 44. Following the interception here, Rivers looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Rivers now on 2nd down. Pass incomplete.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Set. Delta. We hut. Hey, hut.
From the gun, Rivers. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. Here is the punter, Jones, as he gets this one away. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They'll try to get something going with Marshawn Lynch. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but
Still
all for
first
naught
down
on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Following the penalty, Lynch. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 9 big yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run. They'll run again with Lynch. And he'll be tackled
at about the 35. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And he finds Carr. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well.
The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Carr now on 1st down. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. To throw, it's Carr. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cook. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a 1st down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Carr now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Handoff comes to Lynch. And he's taken down inside the 30. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another 1st down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They run again on 1st down, Lynch. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's a give to Lynch. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result. Because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move to influence the defensive front to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him. Sat there waiting for him and made the play.
Couple of plays sent him the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Now Carr. It's caught. Nelson. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Holding offense.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
So now they assess a 3rd and long, and that holding call might have knocked him out of field goal range, at least for the moment. Carr to throw after the play fake to Lynch. Past the 20. Out left side here to Bryant. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
Into the red zone. It's Carr. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving.
False start, offense. Still 2nd down.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Back to the ground, Lynch. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there. So from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 8. Shotgun now for Carr. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
On now is the field goal team. Here's the Raiders. We'll try for 3. And his kick is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. So it's a quarter that saw these two teams trade field goals here as we've reached the end of 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at the StubHub Center in Carson. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 26. Rivers now to throw on 1st down. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Tahir Whitehead. In from his linebacker's spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. Whitehead, the Temple product in a new uniform this season.
Yeah, moving over from Detroit now to the Oakland Raiders, and what they're going to love about him, his consistency. He shows up each and every week, understands the defense fully, and roams and makes a lot of tackles.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Ready. Set 180.
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A gain of 39 that time.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45.
Set. Delta. Set.
1st down, Rivers. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The veteran safety, Reggie Nelson, right there in coverage.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Set. Run 80.
To throw again. Rivers. This is Gordon on the dump off. He'll get this to the 40. Sweet little juke in there. Got him some extra yardage. 5 yards on the pickup. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. The Chargers on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Set. Delta.
They'll throw again. Rivers. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Bruce Irvin in there to get him for a loss of 9. And that'll lead to 4th down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Here's Donnie Jones now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game. but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. Now Carr. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Sideline throw, that's caught. Amari Cooper. A good pickup there at 22. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. On the handoff, Lynch slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Don't forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. Completes it right side to Cooper. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, Carr to the right side. He's got Cooper. It's complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice and ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Sit! 380! And hot!
A 1st down throw here for Rivers. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. A 2nd down throw for Rivers. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game, and he's got a 1st down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Rivers on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gordon. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. You gave the stat early on that he's one of just 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards last year, and then you said they needed to bottle him up for under 100 yards. He's way under 100 yards.
Bottom line, he's had virtually no success whatsoever.
And because of that, among a couple other reasons, they're down on the scoreboard. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun, and able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. They'll try to throw here. Rivers. Got a man. It's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen there to make the grab. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
And now a critical extra point attempt here. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offense coordinator and saying, call this game like we're going to put it in the end zone. Let's try and take the field goal out of it.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 26. Throwing now is Carr. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a first down.
And not all spectacular catches are the result of a pass that maybe was not thrown quite right. Sometimes it's thrown in the perfect spot, and you have to just go get it. And he did that right there.
No fear there in the middle of the field. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On the give, this is Lynch. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Again, they'll pound it with Lynch. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Well, that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
Now a play fake. Carr. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Melvin in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
Did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Now the handoff comes to Gordon, and he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. The linebacker that time, Emmanuel Lemur, in on the stop.
Well, both teams practice this situation, and this time the guys on offense won, and in a very nice way. What a run from that position on their own goal line.
Gave him some good breathing room.
I wonder now, do you still stack the line of scrimmage, or do you play normal defense? They may have backed them off with that run.
Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. Close there. He caught it, just wasn't able to stay in bounds.
And that's where the sideline, it was used as a 12th defender. You know, 11's legal. This one is an imaginary one that my college coach used to call Sammy Sideline. Sammy Sideline can protect you at times, and in this case, that's exactly what he did for the defenders.
And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down. Here's Donnie Jones now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle.
They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. On play action, it's Carr. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. They'll run with Lynch. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
On 1st down, Carr. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
first down, the run with Lynch. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense.
They'll
keep pounding here with Lynch. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. On third down, they go Lynch. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. And his kick is right there. It's good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
The kickoff team on the field now, as they will send this one away. To return it now, here's King. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Phillip Rivers now gears up to take the offense back out there. This is something we've seen many times over the course of his career. Can he pull off another fourth-quarter comeback?
And it's very strange, isn't it? Because when it's a player of this magnitude, even though the guys on defense have the lead and are sitting in the best spot, they're maybe the most nervous people in the stadium because they've seen this happen to too many people before, too many teams. They've got to find a way to shut him down.
Here we go again for the grizzled vet. Back to throw. Going underneath for Gordon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Now the Chargers hustling, trying to get up and get set. And with just over 40 seconds now remaining, he gets up and spikes it. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This time it's 3rd and 3. He's back to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Incomplete. Back to throw. And that one drops to the ground. Incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds. 19 left. They still need one completion for field goal range.
And just think about what they're going over in the huddle right now. Make the catch, get out of bounds. That's going to be tough to do. So make the catch, get up to the line of scrimmage, and clock it to have one last shot.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Ready. 180.
He'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. And I think that's going to do it. They can't get another play off. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gordon. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Southern California.